everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and today I'm taking a look at Haunted Halloween, the trick-taking game. Actually, the trick or treat game. This is obviously a family game here. It plays about 30 minutes. It's 2 to 5 players. But I'm going to go quickly into how you play the game, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I think about it. Okay, we are set up for a game of Haunted Halloween here, the trick-or-treat game. This is the rule book here. It's got a lot to it that says on there, but it's spelled out a lot. The game is fairly simple. The whole thing about this is you are trick-or-treaters right here, and you are going to go trick-or-treat and get the most candy you can on Halloween night. The whole pumpkin here of candy is right over here, and the game ends when the first player to visit a certain number of houses. You're going to decide how many houses that is before the game starts. You can kind of decide the length. Then once you visit those houses, you return to the safe neighborhood here. You're going to call bedtime, and all the other players have one more turn. So pretty much this is a safe neighborhood here. This is the haunted neighborhood here. And here is the graveyard right here. So let's go through how the game plays. First off, say the orange player goes first. Now these are the more deluxe components. You can actually get, you actually will have the standees just like this that will be taking the place of these instead in some editions of the game, but you are going to get these either way because they do have costume powers that will come into play a bit later. I'll go into those in a moment. But pretty much all you're going to do is you're going to roll the pumpkin die just like this, and 2, so you're going to move 2 along the track just like that. And initially that is it. However, if you are actually in here, say you're in the graveyard here, the ghost is also going to move. And the ghost moves by rolling the ghost die. So right here, the green ghost is out, so it will start its movement here. So 1, 2, 3, and it'll move. And you get to move the ghost wherever you want, because eventually you're going to want it to be out there moving and going through other players. Now, for instance, say you are right here, and the ghost somebody else moves the ghost through you. 1, 2, just like this. Then you are going to lose one of your candies. So one of those candies is going to be taken and be placed right here in the ghost coffin, and that ghost is going to return back over here to go start to jump back again. So getting ahead of ourselves, that is kind of what the ghost does, just so you know what else goes on. So this is a roll move. You are going to roll and move around. You're going to kind of go through here, moving the ghost and stuff. You have certain kind of places here that do extra roll, move to extra spaces, different portals. We'll go to what those do in a moment. But now let's go through. The big thing about this is you are going to trick-or-treat at these houses. So you're going to go ahead, step up here, and you're going to trick-or-treat right here. So when you trick-or-treat at a house, you're going to flip the spinner right here. And wherever the spinner lands, that is what is going to happen. For example, right here, you're going to get 1 piece of candy and an extra roll, meaning you take a piece of candy here, put it in your stash, and then you can roll and move on. Here it gives you 2 pieces of candy. Let me show this a bit higher here. Here it gives you 2 pieces of candy. Here is going to say no one is home. So you don't get any candy, and you actually place this right here. So that house is pretty much closed. But later, another one is no one home. Then you're going to move this over, and that house is then open. And you've got this out of candy right here. The back of this is out of candy. So this will kind of move around, and these houses will open and close depending on who puts that there. And then you're going to get this spin again. Now this spin again here is going to activate the Banshee, which we will go to in a moment as well. Spin again, of course, you're going to spin. If you get this when you go there, you'll spin again and you'll get the second result. But that moves the Banshee along its track. You're going to see this track up here. You've got your Banshee right here, these minis. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this. It's going to be hard because it's kind of a clear resin. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Right down here. So this Banshee, if you move the Banshee up along the track. Now what is going to happen here, as it goes through this, once it gets to this ghost is going to drop out and be placed here. Then the third ghost, once it gets here, the third ghost is going to come out and be placed over here. So you are probably going to have, 3 ghosts out there moving all around here. And again, every time they go through a trick-or-treater, they're going to steal one of its candy. Now, once the Banshee's out on the board, the Banshee will take half of the person's candy, the trick-or-treater's candy. So that's, when the Banshee catches you, that is pretty bad. Also, if you are the first person to a house to trick-or-treat it, you can choose to pick up the boost token. These boost tokens are going to give you different, boosts right here. So you get 2 candy for this one, and they all give you banish 1 ghost, just like that. You can send it away. So all of these give you, obviously, boosts, just like that. But now, once you visit one, you can only visit each house once per game. So say this orange character goes here. You're going to place this. We'll say that was not used. We're going to place it right here. So now you know you have visited this house and you can't go back to it. And you can go ahead and get boost tokens as well. You can get up to 2 of those. Now let's go through a bit more about ghost movement. Ghost movement is, again, moved every turn. If you have entered into this area here and you are in kind of the haunted neighborhood, you are going to be able to roll this die and move these ghosts all around the board and kind of move them and block other players. So these ghosts pretty much are going to move along these lines here. They do not take candy in these areas right here. These are considered hallowed grounds. So players can be here and that is safe. And once it passes through a player, like I mentioned before, you're going to take 1 piece of candy from their stash and drop it into the coffin. Now, what about the coffin? If you're very brave, your character can go up, move these steps up here, and raid this coffin. And when you raid this coffin, you are going to roll this die here. And on everything except for this right here, if you roll this, then right here, that you are going to take 1 piece of candy, and then the ghost sends you back over to the portal there. If you roll any other result, you are actually going to take all the candy out of there. So that is high risk, high reward if there ends up being a lot of candy in there. Now, let's also go through over here. You've got the haunted house. The haunted house works a little bit differently. You can see right here, it shows here, this is kind of set up so you can't really see it as well. But if you are at the haunted house, first off, you are going to take a glow stick, just like this. And these glow sticks you can use to protect you from a ghost throughout the game. And then if you have this, the ghost comes up to you, then you send the ghost back to ghost start. But now, the haunted house, you're going to then roll a haunted house die. And this has different results here. This right here, let me show you some of these here. It's going to get 1 candy and an extra roll. You've got 2 candy. This one is going to get another boost token, which there are some boost tokens here that are from the haunted house. And if there aren't any there left there, then you can reuse one that you already have. 3 candy. And then this right here is going to send you back to one of these portals. You're going to see all these portals around the board. And the player on your right is going to choose which portal so they can send you back all the way over here if they like. Okay, one other thing too, I mentioned these right here are costume powers. These costume powers right here, these of course can replace these tokens, or if you're not using these as actually movement pieces, you can have them on your board. These costumes will give you one per game ability. For example, this witch here is a fly. She can move 5 spaces along the sidewalk. Can't jump walls or anything, but she can fly over ghosts. Then you've got different ones like this Dracula here, the vampire, has a vanish. It'll appear at an adjacent house when finished trick-or-treating at any house. So you can have those in front of you. All of these have different costumed abilities that you will use once per game and then hand those in. And then jumping ahead in the game, this is what it could look like later in the game. But once, of course, like I said, one character reaches a safe house, the safe neighborhood here, or house, or wherever, and they yell bedtime. Everybody else has 1 more turn to collect as much candy as they want, and at the end, you're going to tally up all the candy, because, let's be honest, that's what Halloween's about. You're going to add up all the candy, get 1 point apiece, and whoever has the most candy wins. And that is how you play Haunted Halloween. Let's send it back and see what we thought about it. Okay, first off, spoiler alert, this is a very, very simple game. This is pretty much a roll and move game. So when I saw it out there, I saw the Dice Tower East, and I'm like, okay, you're pretty much just rolling the die, and you're moving around, and you're getting candy. And that's essentially it. There's more stuff in there. Ghosts, there's mitigation, there's different things that can happen at the houses, things like that. But it is essentially a roll and move game. It does have that Halloween feel on this. Now, it's funny, I'm going to come down a couple, honestly, reviews on this, of views on it. For me, I look at it, and there's not a lot new here. It is a roll and move game. However, the one thing is I played with my daughter, and I played with her friends, and they had a blast. The whole thing is, this kind of has a Halloween theme. So if you like those roll and move style games, this has a Halloween theme that you do enjoy. It is fun to move that little ghost around. The big thing is, my daughter she's a bit of a gamer, of course, because I bring games home, and she likes playing a little bit more advanced games, Marvel United, things like that. She's not like a savant or anything, but she is exposed to more games. Now, she did have some friends over, and they couldn't grasp Marvel United, a couple of other ones that she enjoys, but we brought this out, and they had fun. The biggest thing is I did not expect when playing a game with kids that don't really play a lot of board games is the fact that they love moving little ghosts around. And let me tell you a secret here. Kids like spinners. When I saw a spinner in there, I thought, oh, it's a spinner. But no, for some reason, kids love spinners. That really surprised me. They like spinners. And then, of course, the candy, it does not matter. I'm giving this kid review about this. The candy doesn't matter, but to the kids it matters. Because when you get a piece of candy, you're like, for me, it's like it's a victory point at the end. For kids, it's like, I got a chocolate. I got a candy corn. I got a ring pop. I got those wax lips. Do you remember those wax lips we used to get at Halloween? Nasty. So anyway, little stuff like that matters. Now, there are player aids in there because it is very simple. The ghosts move around and all this. The costume powers are fun because that does add a bit of variability as you play different things. You get to do different things throughout the game. And the rating of the coffin is very fun. It's kind of a tense moment for kids as they want to choose to go up there and try to pull that candy out of that coffin or not. And also, moving that ghost around and you're going to try to catch the other kids. There's a lot of fun stuff. It's not also that punishing when you are caught by a ghost because you just give up a piece of candy. And then the Banshee catches you, takes half of your candy, but I think is like a max of 6 or something. So you do lose some points there. So anyway, so this is, it's enjoyable. And the fact that there are games that that my daughter loves, and she does like this game a lot, but there are also games that she likes a lot that I actively dislike. And I have told people that I'm like, when she asks to play those games, she's like, can we play this? I'm like, I don't know where it is. Had to take it back to the studio or whatever. This one, I enjoy playing with her. It's cute. The components are very cute with this. So if you have kids in your life that like Halloween, anyway, I'm coming in at a 6 on this. I think if my daughter was here, she'd probably be quite a bit higher because we have played this probably 9 or 10 times, and 3 times with some friends she had over. It's a 30-minute game. It's cute. The artwork's cute. It puts you in that Halloween feel. You really have the feel of walking around and trick-or-treating at houses. So anyway, if you have a kid in your life, family, or wherever, and they like Halloween, I say give it a try. It's a good game for the kids. Anyway, I'm Joey Evans, and I'll see you later on the channel.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.
Fumbling over this a lot. Hello everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and It's almost done. It's almost done. Breathing down my neck. Awkward. I need a new job.